Welcome back to another episode of Relevant. I am, of course, your host, Rello, and this is my co-host, Rob.
What up, people? What up?
What's
What up, Surreal?
happening?
How you doing, my brother?
Chilling, man. I think this is gonna be my flu game. I'm
Okay,
not. I ain't feeling too good. I'm a little under the weather.
okay, all right, all right.
I was laid up all day yesterday, man.
That's
I'm,
why you left work early.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Something must
Man,
be
your
going
your
on.
your 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 daughter came in to the office, and I
Yeah,
was like looking my way, but she wasn't looking at me. She looking at you. I didn't know that was your daughter.
yeah.
Like, why is this little girl smiling at me? Then I was like, oh, okay, okay. I had no clue, no clue. It was funny.
Yeah. So, is now officially the end of the NFL season, and the next thing on the docket for the NFL is the draft. So, the Chicago Bears have the number one overall draft pick in 2024 NFL draft, and it's a lot of speculation on what they're going to actually do with that pick since the number one prospect coming out of college right now is one Caleb Williams, and of course the Chicago Bears already have a quarterback that they may or may not want to keep.
Mm.
Um, Real simple. I mean, like, what do you think that the Bears should do with the number one overall pick? And should they keep um, Justin Fields? Should they try to go get Caleb Williams? What you got?
If I'm being honest, I think I'm gonna start with history NFL. History NFL, certain teams just have a tendency to like make quarterbacks work or don't make quarterbacks work, right? Um, 49ers somehow always going to find a way to get at least a decent quarterback, right? Um, yeah, some teams do, some teams don't. I feel like Philly somehow ends up getting them a decent quarterback. Um, the Chicago Bears, I don't think they have a history of doing anything with quarterbacks. So me personally, if I'm them, why even waste my draft pick? I got a quarterback who's athletic, who shows promise. I'm gonna use that draft pick to get more draft picks and build a team. Justin Field is still on that that rookie deal, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Hmm.
And you know my formula with building a team is get that quarterback on that rookie deal. You're not making that much money, right? That's what we got with 49ers. They were in the Super Bowl. We had the Philly, who was in the Super Bowl the year before, right? That's how Tom Brady got his first one. That's how Big Ben got his first one. That's how a lot of these quarterbacks. That's how Pat got his first one, right? Get that quarterback that's on that low rookie deal, not making that much money, and then from there we build a team around it. We build a nice defense. We get them some weapons, 2 to 3 weapons, a nice defense, and that's your best bet to go win in today's NFL. Because you ain't finna beat Patty Mahomes anyway. So um, build a team around Justin Fields, compete in the AFC, maybe even get to the Super Bowl and lose to Patrick. So that's where I'm at with that.
Okay. I got a kind of a different take on it since, but I mean, mine's kind of selfish. Since my team is the Atlanta Falcons. My team is the Atlanta Falcons, and all they missing is a quarterback. I talk about it all the time. I think, I think the best decision that they can make is probably get rid of Justin Fields, trade him over to Atlanta or whatever, whoever they trade him to. Go get Caleb Williams, right? Because
Okay.
the Bears have had a history in the past couple years, past couple drafts. They missed, not missed. They uh they just didn't grab these top notch quarterbacks. Like they missed on Deshaun Watson, on Patrick Mahomes, right? They missed actually technically they missed on C.J. Stroud. They missed on what's the boy name from Carolina? Um, Bryce Young.
Hmm.
So I mean they ain't going nowhere anyway. So what's the harm in them trying to go get that number one prospect? Everybody thinks he's gonna be the next coming of whoever, right?
Yeah.
And I think that they should just go get Caleb Williams. I think it's simple as that. Especially if you can and parlay that number one pick into like a couple number ones and a couple twos.
Yeah.
And then you could go fill out the rest of the roster around Caleb Williams. I don't see the harm in going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, either way they go,
Yeah.
I think they'll be fine. I just don't. They don't have a history with like the quarterback in their history. That's Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He wasn't even drafted by them.
Yeah, he wasn't even drafted by them. So yeah, man, I think the Bears traditionally are having a really good roster and the average quarterback. That's traditionally how they go about things, right?
Mm-hmm.
A really good roster and an average quarterback. So I think they should just keep Justin Fields. He's a big, strong guy, built for that Chicago weather. But for him, if I'm him, yeah, get me out of here though. So if I want to do it from his perspective, I don't want to be here. Y'all really don't believe in me. There's all these questions around. Y'all not really setting me up for success. It's Chicago. It get cold. It get too cold here. Send me down to ATL, bro.
Yep.
Right.
He's from Atlanta.
Yeah, and that's another thing. They're going to embrace him.
Yep.
All right, they want to embrace him. He can be, not saying he's Michael Vick, but the next coming of Michael Vick in that city. He's from there. He can run. He can run and do all those things. So if I'm him, yeah, I'm trying to get out of there. Y'all take Caleb Williams. He can have y'all, right? Because I don't know the last time the Bears were relevant anyway. So yeah, I think Atlanta has been relevant more recently than the Bears have been.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. They got to the Super Bowl. They lost with your boy, Colin. What's your boy?
Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan. Yeah, just blowing leads in the Super Bowl. That's what he do.
What?
Kyle, I'll blow a lead in the Super Bowl. Shanahan. But yeah, if I'm Fields, get me out of there. Cause what I'm gonna do in Chicago, man. Y'all don't rock with me. I don't rock with y'all. So, but if I'm Chicago, I'll probably try to keep him and build up a nice roster.
Okay. Speaking of Kyle Shanahan, they did, like you said, they blew another lead in the Super Bowl last week. They lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. I forget what was the score, 25-22 or something like that.
It was close. It was close. I called it close.
Yeah.
Yeah. I at first I was like, oh, this is about to be the score I called. It was
yeah. Yeah. So after the Super Bowl, a couple of days later, Kyle Shanahan fires his defensive coordinator, Steve Wilks. So what kind of seems like a scapegoaty type, I'm gonna blame this dude type of move. When the numbers showed that they improved on defense this year from the previous couple years.
Yeah.
What do you think about Kyle Shanahan firing Steve Wilks? And also the rest of the team seems like they weren't really behind him to begin with.
I think obviously he's trying to use Steve Wilks as a scapegoat, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've watched most of the playoff games, right? And we watched that Super Bowl. That defense did what it needed to do.
They gave up 19 points in regulation. That should be
They
more
did
than
what they
enough.
needed to do. They had him down, right? They had Patrick Mahomes down by 10, going into like down by 10. Y'all had the lead. Now, Kyle, this is your offense, bro. You got Christian McCaffrey. You got everybody saying Brock Purdy, who is supposed to be him. They keep trying to make him into the next Tom Brady. That's what they telling me, right? Everybody telling me you got Brock Purdy, right? You got Christian McCaffrey. They telling me you're an offensive genius. You got Debo. You got Ayuk. You got the fullback catching passes who can do everything. You got all the way. You got who the dude they call him Third and Jeffries or something like that.
Huh? Who's that?
It was some dude they kept. I think his last name is Jeffries or whatever. He's a big tall wide receiver. All I know is on third down somehow they go to him. He gets the third down. I was listening to the commentators. They got all these weapons, and you this genius coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got you to lead. Run down the clock, keep it out of his hands, right? That's what when you got the lead, you going against
Yeah.
an elite quarterback. You right. We talk about this. The Your offense has to take that other elite quarterback into consideration. So now we got to run the ball. We got to keep it out of his hands. We got to run down the clock and limit his opportunities. That was your job,
Yep.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Right? That's your job. Uh, I held him. You got your little. We got the lead. So you want to blame me for it? No, bro. That's on you. And the fact. And when we had the fact that you weren't even your team wasn't even aware of the overtime rules.
Yeah.
Right? Come on. That's head coach on down. So
Yeah.
that's on him. And blaming my boy like that, no, that ain't right.
Yeah, it seemed like Steve Wilks is cursed, man. Like this dude gets the raw deal everywhere he goes. Like
Mm-hmm.
his first head coaching job was with the Arizona Cardinals when they weren't even close to being any kind of good, right?
Yeah.
He was there for 1 year. They fire him, right, and then they bring in Cliff Kingsbury as the head coach, who didn't do nothing at a college level. He
Yeah.
ain't do nothing but know people, right?
Yeah.
And then he becomes the defensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers last year or 2 seasons ago. They fire that head coach. Steve Wilkes becomes the interim head coach. He get them playing hard. I think they had like a 500 record to end the season. If not better. They don't hire him as the head coach. He goes to be the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. He gets the defense looking as good as they ever have in the past couple years, and then gets them to helps them get to the Super Bowl, and then he gets fired as the defensive coordinator. And now there are no defensive coordinator positions available for this dude to go even interview for. So he's gonna be relegated this year if he stays in the league. He's gonna be relegated to be a like a linebackers coach, a position coach or something like
Yeah.
that. So I don't know what the league or what people have against this dude, but it seems like he's very, very cursed, to say the least.
I think, and I don't like making it about race, but I think it's the thing with like black. I'm just
Man, come on.
black coaches, right? They
Yeah.
seem to get the everybody but Doc Rivers. But they seem to get these jobs that they aren't set up for success,
hmm
right? We can go
And
NBA.
expected to do the astronomical.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can go NBA with this. We can go NFL with this. More so NFL though, right? They get these teams with no quarterbacks, no expectations, right? No, I mean they have expectations, but we know they like what you gonna do with the Carolina Panthers, right?
Right.
Uh, Come on, man. What you gonna do with like my boy who's coaching the Houston Texans?
D'Amico Ryan.
What like realistically, you got a rookie quarterback, a team
hmm
like he like
He
overperformed,
over.
outperformed what was expected of him. But
Yeah.
realistically, you like I don't know, man. Or getting the getting the Arizona Cardinals. It's like what am I expected to do with this? And then when you don't perform, they want to use that record against you. But you're like
Yep.
you could have gave anybody this roster, they was gonna
Yep.
lose.
Yep.
So I think that's the thing with the black quarterbacks. They get like teams that aren't that good, and then they want to
Black
start using
coaches.
it. But he's only 4-12. And you're just like, yeah, you be 4-12 with this roster too. Like next year, Pierce in Oakland, he ain't got no quarterback. Well, not Oakland,
Yep.
but Las Vegas, they ain't got no quarterback. So
Yep.
realistically, like what's expected? My boy who just got hired in New England, realistically,
Yeah. Exactly.
right? And
hmm
then it's like, soon as you see the team about to get good, that he out of there. My boy in Miami, right? A couple years back. He was coaching them.
Oh, Flores. Brian
Yeah,
Flores.
yeah. You're right. They started getting good, They like, oh, they about to be real good. We done got Tyreek Hill. Hey, get him up out of here. Bring
Yeah.
in somebody else. And that's usually how it goes, right?
Yep.
So it's just the plight of the black coaches. It's like your job, like Mark Jackson in the NBA. It's your job to get us through this turmoil. You're not gonna have that much. But as soon as we see, oh, we got potential next year. Hey, get them up out of here. Let's get this. Let's get somebody we like, right? Somebody that look like us up in here, and that way they can start having their winning record. That's just how I see it.
That's not how you see it. That's how it is. I mean, it's
Okay.
simple as that. It's
Yeah.
simple as that. It ain't no secret, and they ain't
Yeah.
trying to hide it at all.
Yeah. And just to like add on to that, you have to take those jobs,
Yeah, you have no
right?
choice.
You have no choice, right? They're like what once in a lifetime opportunities, and it's not that many out there for you. So you have to take it, or you might not get another opportunity. So you got to take it. So
Yeah,
it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Catch 22, right? That's what it is.
yeah, you don't have the luxury of turning down jobs
Yeah,
like a Josh McDaniels had.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Like no, no. Yeah.
I'm good. All right. Um, Last Thursday, the Warriors ride Thompson's big game off the bench. Right, Klay Thompson came off the bench for the first time since his rookie season back in 2012, and dropped a 35 piece on the Utah Jazz.
Hmm.
Um, Klay Thompson this year, well, this past couple years, ever since he came back from the Achilles and the ACL, he's been kind of like a sob story to me. Um, it's kind of hard to watch a dude not be what he used to be.
Yeah.
But the saving grace for him, it's not like he just like he dropped off a cliff for no reason. The man had Achilles and the man had an ACL, right? And for somebody that wasn't really that athletic too, those injuries weren't gonna do nothing but hurt him.
Hmm.
So it seems as if he might be coming off the bench. I don't know if the move is permanent or not. But he did drop 35 points, and I think this is the best role for Klay Thompson at this point in his career. Um, Put him on the bench, have him come off with the bench unit, have him play against other bench units, right?
Hmm.
Because he's slightly better than a bench player, but he's slightly lower than a starter, right?
Yeah.
So he's the perfect fit to come off your bench, drop a 35 on a Utah Jazz. That should have been easy work, right?
Hmm.
And now it seems like Steve Kerr, how I say he don't develop nobody. He seems like he developing somebody. They got this dude Pajimski, Klay Thompson right now, and he's playing pretty solid. And then Jonathan Kuminga is doing his thing too this year. What's your thoughts about Klay Thompson and his role moving forward with the Golden State Warriors?
Um, I like the moving him to the bench. I think, uh, yeah, he's just not. Could he start? Sure. I don't think the Warriors are like big enough and good enough for him to start, right?
Mm,
Like let's say he was playing with like LeBron and AD in LA. He's a starter for them, right? If he was
yeah,
playing in like Milwaukee with Giannis and Dame, he's a starter.
yeah.
I just don't think the Warriors, um, with the Warriors, he's a starter because outside of my boy Steph, who else is a threat on offensively? Right?
No one.
Nobody. So now it's like, okay, we can focus on Steph, we can focus on Klay. Right. And those are starters focusing on you. But if you were on another team where he would be like the third or fourth option, you can't focus in on him. Right. Now he's back into the starting lineup. But for them, he's not a starter. He's better coming off the bench because now he has bench players trying to guard him that ain't nowhere as good as he is. They not
Yeah,
four-time champions. They not bound to the Hall of Fame. So yeah, it's real. I don't want to say sad, but yeah, kind of a sob story. Just I remember seeing him on the conference and like people like Klay ain't got it. Klay ain't got it. He's just like, man, I battled back from like two serious injuries just to get back where I'm at.
yeah,
And the crazy thing is, he's not even doing that bad. He's just doing bad for who he is,
exactly.
which is an all-time great shooter, which is a top five shooter, if not top two shooter all time, right? You could argue that. So for him, it's just kind of, you know, I'm not what I used to be, but I'm still great. And if you released him today, oh, it'd be contenders out there. It'd be contenders out there like, yo, we can get Klay, we can win the chip,
Yeah,
right? And he's one of those players, and there's not many that they aren't a superstar in the league, right? But if you put him on your team, they can turn you into a championship contender. It's probably like a handful of those guys.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, um, the Golden State Warriors made an unsuccessful bid to convince the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James to consider a trade to pair him with longtime rival Stephen Curry.
Mm.
I think, I mean, if this move was purely on basketball, right, and winning basketball, I think LeBron should have said yes to this.
Yeah.
That's just me. Because you pair him with another perfect guard that he could play with, Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
With that squad that they got, I mean, they would have to give up a couple things. I don't know if they would have to give up Jonathan Kuminga, but
Wow.
if I was the Warriors, I'd give up all them picks. Forget
Yeah.
it. Give up all the picks. We ain't gonna be no good anyway. So just give up the picks and go get LeBron. Pair them. Try to make this one last little push to try to get a chip, right? But I think that it was a no because of beyond basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got his son at USC. He has his other son playing in LA as well. He probably
Mm-hmm.
has roots right now down in LA that he can't just uh, lift out of the ground,
Yeah.
and a lot of business ventures and stuff that he got in LA. So I see both ways, but if it was just basketball, yeah, I would probably make the move. But if the off the court stuff outweighs the basketball, then I guess that's why he would stay. What you got?
Yeah, I agree. Let's just say the Golden State Warriors happen to be in LA.
Oh, he's moving. He done. He out of
You
there.
switching teams?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, because it would have made perfect basketball sense. All right. You get to go
Hmm.
play with Steph. You have you some fun. Um, you play with your boy Draymond. I think you try to keep your core, right? You be like, hey, y'all can have Wiggins, you can have Kaminga, uh, some draft picks, right? I
Yeah.
don't know if that lines up, but Kaminga, some draft picks, Wiggins, what else you want? We just need our core, and then we go try to make one more push when the chip. Which with that squad, I don't see why you couldn't win one,
Hmm.
right? Except Draymond not being able to knock down on shot. But outside of that, yeah, outside of that, I don't see why not. Um, yeah, I think he stays because I think was Bryce. Bryce is a junior in high school. I think
Something
Bryce
like
is.
that.
I think Bryce is a junior. So at the rate LeBron going, he might be able to play with both his sons in the league
Yeah.
because Bryce is nice. So if he a junior, Bryce got to play next year. Next year, so LeBron be what 40 still in the league. Probably just hang around on somebody's bench till 40. Play a couple games with his. I'll play against him. Whatever. It'd be dope, right? Um, but yeah, I think they just said no because he don't want to move. It's too much. He's old. That's a lot. He got the kids in LA, daughter in LA, wife in LA. We ain't trying to move up to San Francisco where, it ain't worth it. Not for no one championship. And especially if you feel like you can win it now.
Do you think that the Lakers can win it now?
What's they see?
Uh, let's see. Let's take a look. See here, standings. The Lakers are they number 9 in the West, 30 and
Okay,
26.
so they
They
playing.
just one. They 2 games above the Warriors.
Okay, so let's just say they make it to the play-in and they're the number 8 seed.
Okay.
Can they beat the Timberwolves in round one?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have no faith in the Timberwolves anymore.
Okay, let's say they're number 7 seed. Can they beat OKC round one?
Mm, I think OKC might get them.
I'm just saying, do they got a chance?
Yeah, they got a chance. Yeah, of course they
That's
got a
right.
chance.
So we get out of that, and then the other people in the playoffs, Luca and the Mavs, they could beat them. Pelicans, they could beat them. The Suns, they could beat them. Only 2 teams I think they probably would lose to is the Clippers, which you don't believe in because they can't stay healthy.
Yeah, Paul
Correct.
George hurt right now.
Okay, exactly. That's my point. So only team that they can't beat in the playoffs is different, right? In playoffs, pressure go up and that goat effect come into play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That goat effect
Yeah.
started to come into play. Only person, there's only two players. I'll probably say it may be like three players in the West that don't care about that goat effect. One is Kawhi.
Yeah.
One is the big joker, right? And the other one is KD. They don't care. They for me them all time greats. So they really don't care. Uh, so if they get into the playoffs, I don't see why they can't. I don't. Only team I can see that I'm like, yo, ain't beating them is Big Joker. They
Yeah.
got nothing like the Big Joker. Big Joker don't play. So outside of that, they can get back to the finals. And let's say they get back to the finals, who they gonna face?
It could be Boston, it could be Milwaukee.
So let's go with Boston or Milwaukee. Milwaukee, we already know they're gonna lose. Why?
Because they got Doc Rivers.
Okay, right. So we right there. We he gonna mess that up for you somehow, some way.
Yeah, he gonna fumble that bag.
Yeah. So now Boston, I'm not worried about Jason Tatum, bro. Like as nice as he is, him and Jaylen Brown. My issue with them in the playoffs is that they be playing, and they be worried about the refs. So they'll be doing something, they try to do some move, they try to draw some foul, and then they looking at the ref and the ref don't call it. That don't work in the playoffs, bro. That don't work, right? In the regular season, cool. That's why James Harden struggles. That's why Embiid struggles in the playoffs because a lot of their game is based off of I'm gonna draw this foul and then I'm gonna look at the ref.
Yeah.
And when the ref ain't calling it, they're like, oh, what? Oh, I'm gonna flop. Or I'm gonna do all of this, and that's gonna mess them up. So for me, if LeBron can get into the playoffs, I don't see why he can't go win a chip this year. Me personally,
That's
because he
if
gonna figure it out.
that's if AD stay healthy, which he has been all year. To this point.
Yeah.
And if he shows up in the playoffs. Can't say if he's gonna do that or not, because last year I think he was like every other game.
That's all
Anthony
I need, though.
Davis or something like that.
That's all I need. In the playoffs, all I need is every other game. I need you to show up for the first one, because we got to get this first one. Right? And if you show up game 2, we probably cooked. You gotta show up game 1. That way when we go to game 7, I know you're there. But yeah, so we in there.
So all odd game Anthony.
Yeah, odd game Davis.
Yeah, I just don't think they got I don't think they got Anthony Davis, right? And then they got a 39-year-old LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
He is now shown. I always base like star players off this. Are they worth 50 games in the regular season? Right?
Okay.
Anthony Davis has never been a 50-game guy. He's never been worth 50 games. I'm talking about wins.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So, and LeBron James in his whole career, right, except like his rookie year, he been worth 50 games.
Yeah.
And right now we at 30 and 26. They're not gonna get to 50. So neither one of them, like Anthony Davis has never been 50 games, and LeBron James is no longer 50 games.
Mm.
And what that tells me is that they can, like you said, go get you a game.
Mm-hmm.
They might not have it no more. And then them as a pair, you would think they could get you 50.
Yeah.
Because that's 25 to 25, but they 30 and 26 right now. So I just don't think at this point in LeBron's career, he has enough to help get Anthony Davis over that hump, right? Because Anthony Davis, yeah, he'll drop he got all the numbers, right? But are they, like we talk about this all the time, are they impactful numbers? Or we just got numbers just to have numbers? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, going against, like well, you said they can't beat the Nuggets. They can't beat the Clippers if everybody healthy. But I think the Oklahoma City Thunder will get them because Shai Gilgeous got them boys at 37 and 17. So it looked like he worth 50 right now. So that means he is at least worth 3 games in the series.
I feel you. I feel you. I understand what you're saying, right? However, Shea Gildress. So the top teams in the West, the 2 top teams in the West are also probably what 2 teams as well,
The youngest.
right? Boom. See, me and you be right here.
Yeah.
Youngest teams, right? So they got them legs, but they can go out every night and just compete, right?
Mm-hmm.
The playoffs. So right now they just like it's like checkers with them, just checkers. Playoffs turns into chess, right? You gotta be a little bit more meticulous. Now everybody it's no back to backs, right? We're gonna play a game, we get a day rest, we're gonna play a game. So I believe that the Lakers being an old team, right? They just got to get into the playoffs. We just got to get in there. Once we get into the playoffs, I believe LeBron is going to have a strategy for every single team, right? And then I also know that in the playoffs, teams guard different and they guard a little bit different. They're not going to show you all their cards. So I might be playing the Timberwolves in the playoffs. I'm not going to give Anthony Edwards looks, the same looks that he's going to get in the playoffs. I'm just going to play him straight up. Playoffs, okay, now let's bring out these schemes. So for me, I get what you're saying. Yeah, Shea, him. He's him. Anthony Edwards, him, right? I love me some Ant-Man, right?
Yeah.
Shea is probably like number 2 on that list for me, as far as young players go. But I think once you get into the playoffs, LeBron James is going to have some stuff, right? He's going to be playing chess with them boys. And I think it'll be close, but if you tell me game 7, if I ask you game 7, right? Same thing with Pat Mahomes, right? You got a minute and 50 left to go downfield. I guess we about to get his trophy ready, right? I tell you, game 7, LeBron versus Shea, LeBron versus Anthony Edwards, LeBron versus a Kawhi, a LeBron versus a KD, a Luka, a Steph. Who you putting your money on?
Did you say yo? Did you say yo?
No, I left Yoke out.
Oh, okay. I like Kawhi.
Okay,
I like Kawhi.
give me another. But okay, I like Kawhi too. I give you Kawhi. Who else?
At this point, I like KD. With that matchup.
Okay.
I don't think the Lakers got the firepower to hang with the Suns. Right. All they got is a bunch of
Suns can't stay healthy either, bro.
Yeah, that too. That part.
Yeah. The Suns ain't too far ahead of the Lakers as far as record goes. They 33 and 22.
Yeah.
They got 3 more wins than the Lakers do. Something ain't going right.
Yeah, KD ain't going right.
That's what I'm saying. So, yeah. I'm just saying, nobody in the playoffs to me, if you game 7, and I'm a person I'm taking over LeBron is Jokic right now. That's it.
Yeah.
Jokic gonna come get you 40, 20 rebounds, 10 assists. I ain't gonna get no blocks, but and then Murray will go off. So for me,
yeah, he gonna.
Yeah. So for me, man, and then they got the defensive players. But the Denver Nuggets, they're a good team overall. And then when you add Yoke on top of that, it's what you gonna do with it? But the Lakers win the championship. Long story short, LeBron don't need to go to the Warriors. This was the original conversation to get him a chip. So I think once in the playoffs, I don't see why they can't get back to the NBA championship round and beat Boston or beat Doc Rivers and Giannis. So that's just where I'm at with that. But time will tell.
Okay. Did you watch the Celebrity All-Star game last night?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
You watched a little bit of it? Yeah. Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys took home the Celebrity All-Star game MVP. It was just unfair. It was unfair with this dude. This dude was just bowling over people. He's just bigger than everybody. He was dunking on people. It was he he won, but it ain't like I didn't come away from this game thinking, oh, Michael Parsons can hoop. I was like, nah, Michael Parsons is bigger than everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had the same takeaway. Like I'm watching the game and I'm just kind of like, pass the ball, man.
Yeah.
Like he had 30. What did he say? 36.
37, I think.
31 shots.
At all.
It's not efficient, right? And I'm like, yeah, pass the ball. I'm trying to see like what other people can do. Like 31 shots is a lot, and you can tell like he's getting up and down the court. And I'm just like, bro, so and so open, man. Like I think you're trying to win, but also you want to have a little bit of fun in those type of games.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? And just watching you run people over, ain't really fun to watch. So, and then when I was watching him play, he's like going to the hole, not passing the ball, but let somebody else catch it and don't pass to somebody. He over there like, hey man, he open. I'm just like, bruh, you ain't swinging you over here like Michael Porter Jr. Never swing the rock, never swing the rock Parsons. You know what I'm saying?
It was a guy. It was a guy on Stephen A's team that was balling. I'm trying to look for his name. Dang, where's his name at? It was a white guy with the fuzzy hair.
A little short white guy?
Yeah, he's short.
He had like blonde hair or something like that. And it was like,
it was like that.
Yeah.
He was ball. I'm trying to look at the number. I can't find his name on it. But yeah, he was balling. Like I like to see like the celebrity games and then like see like who can actually hoop and like who just be like who not that good. And for some reason, Jennifer Hudson was out there.
Bro, you took the thought out of my head, man. I love you, J Hud, but
why are you here?
Yeah, exactly. Like, why are you here? Like, I would rather see a whole bunch of is it her? I think her can hoop.
Can she?
I think so. I think if it's because she'd be like shooting around with Mikal Bridges and stuff. So like for me,
I seen like
yeah. So for me, I would rather see a whole bunch of people who could like actually play. A whole bunch of celebrities who could actually play, right? Like J Hud out there, like you ain't no hooper, J Hud. You don't look like one, right? So for me, like get some celebrities that could actually play. Go get my boy back like Mark Wahlberg. I think he did it a couple times. Adam Sandler. I don't know if he ever did it, but like when Chris Brown and J. Cole and them out there, like whatever. Like if you have some females out there, ask them, do they play basketball? Did they ever play? Can they shoot? Because I don't want to just. I'm not trying to watch. I don't know. I call it LA Fitness.
Yeah. And CJ Stroud was out there, and he didn't look like he can hoop that well either. Like he looked like he may have played in like high school at one point, but in like he was like on like the level. I'm like, oh damn, he could have went pro, something like that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. No, he can hoop, but the thing is, like football players, they probably played so much. They played in high school, right? But then once you got to college, you probably ain't hooping no more. It's probably like all football. So you know, like a basketball player moves a certain way.
Yeah.
They lost it all. They ain't got it no more. They just you know, more so just like football players. Like T.O. could hoop, right? Or DK Metcalf can hoop, can dunk, can do all those things, but they don't move like basketball players no more. They just like it's football player movements and things like that.
Yeah.
So
it's a different type of muscles.
Good. Huh?
It's a different type of muscles that they use.
Yeah, it's different type of muscles, different type of movement. It's just different. And you could tell like when a person walks on the court, like, oh, he can hoop.
Yeah.
It's a look. You know, it's just a look. Oh, he can hoop. So yeah, Michael Parsons didn't come off as a hooper to me. He just came off as like this big old dude trying to run everybody over.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just seemed a little unfair. And plus, you take
Also,
shots.
one thing I thought was pretty dope. The court was an
Yeah,
LED court.
yeah.
So they said this is the first time they ever did an LED court. I think that was great. I think they should implement that into all the arenas.
Yeah.
That's just me personally. The thing, like the on fire stuff.
Yeah.
When the court was on fire, it looked like NBA Jam.
Yeah. No,
I
that's
think they should really incorporate that. Like maybe not to that level to like regular games and stuff, but like have something like during like timeouts or something like that. Have the court do some craziness.
No, I agree. I think they probably I'm sure they trying to figure out how they can implement that into the real games.
Yeah,
Like four
But
pointers or something like that. I don't know. But
I don't know about 4 pointers, but say Steph going off,
mhm.
he dropping like he at 35, and he just
Yeah.
like having a real efficient night,
Yeah.
right? So he come down the court, pull up from 40, bow, court fucking goes on
Go to Flames. Yeah.
flames.
Yeah.
That would be so dope, right?
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. No, no, that would be dope. They should have that. Or like when somebody go and get a dunk or something like that, and like, yeah, that'd be dope.
Like they dunk the damn court just like goes black or something. It's like the whole arena go black, and then
Yeah.
the court just something.
Yeah, or if
I
you had
think-
like something every time the ball touched the ground, the floor light up, you pass it, it's like a laser going
Yeah,
across.
yeah.
Yeah,
That shit would be so dope. And I like they didn't do it in the game, but it was like pregame. So they had like their player's name under them. So it looked like a video game.
Yeah.
So every time you pass it, their name show up under them.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah.
I think they really need to do something with that. They need to implement that to the regular game.
Look into that a little bit more. I agree.
All right.
What?
Oklahoma country station won't play Beyonce's new song. KYKC, a country music radio station based in Oklahoma, came under fire for rejecting a fan's request to play Beyonce's new song. Texas Hold'em is the name of the song. One of two new country tracks she released after a surprise Super Bowl ad on Sunday. So this is last week. Since then, they have played the song. But this just brings up one of the things that I hate about the music industry as a whole, right?
Okay.
I got love for music, period, in general. I like, hey, let people do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not like or respect what they now call culture vultures, right?
Okay.
And a example of those culture vultures, in my opinion, would be someone like Post Malone, right?
Okay.
When he first came out in the mainstream, he was doing heavy hip hop inspired music, heavy rap inspired music. Then it kind of ventured over to pop. Then it's ventured over to now he's doing like kind of a rock pop hybrid type of music. And one of the problems I have is that primarily hip hop radio stations had no problem playing Post Malone's music.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because it was hip hop, right? But then once he became famous or once he became more big, he was, like I said, he switched over to the other genres of music, but we still play his music. So it seems like our culture has the unfair expectation to be accepting of others trying to embrace our culture, but when we try to do the same or we try to venture out into other avenues, we get shut down, right? And I'm not even the biggest Beyonce fan, right? But if Beyonce has a huh?
So you're not a Beyonce fan at all. So go ahead.
They don't make music for me, all right?
Okay. Oh, agree.
But But if Beyonce does a country song, the country song should be played on a country music station, right? Or am I just being too naive, right? But we know what it is.
Was that rhetorical? I think you're being too naive. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah, it was rhetorical, and I'm not being naive. It was kind of a question that's like out there, right? It wasn't really. I know the answer.
Yeah.
I'm not being naive. I know the answer. It frustrates me with stuff like this, right? Like Justin Timberlake used R&B music to elevate his status, right? And then he came out with this album a couple of years ago, Man of the Woods. That album is just straight boo-boo garbage, and it's like on some country whatever. I don't even know what genre that music is, but it ain't R&B, right? But now he's coming, like he got a new album coming out, and that's an R&B album. And I bet you there will be no problems with R&B and hip hop music radio stations playing the song he decides to put out from that album. But Beyonce can't get one country track played on a country station. They say I think one of their excuses was we're a country station. We play country music. Well, damn it, this chick has a country music song.
Yeah.
She's not asking you to play independent women. You know what I'm saying? She's not asking you to play Bills.
Yeah.
I'm asking you to play my song called Texas Hold'em. Boy, that's a country song if I ain't never heard one. That's a country title, boy.
Have you heard the song?
I have not.
Okay.
Have you?
She don't make music for me, man.
Okay.
I'm not a strong independent woman.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a strong independent man.
Yeah.
So
I got you.
I mean, I feel you. You know, we like to like, you know, argue against it, not just look from the other person's perspective, right? So they don't have to play it. Right?
They don't.
We don't have to play Justin Timberlake. We don't have to play. We decide to. They decide not to. That I don't want to hear. I don't know if it was who the country DJ was. I don't want to hear that, man. I ain't playing that. Forget your request. I want to hear actual country singers. Just because you let us coach a vulture, don't mean we're gonna let y'all coach a vulture. Yeah. Now if he was Darius Rucker, if you requested Darius Rucker, I'll play it. Because Darius Rucker is country.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm sure there are a lot of black country music artists who could have been requested that person probably would have played. Now, if you'd have said they requested, I don't know, one person I can come to mind is like Darius Rucker, but another black country artist, Kane Brown, and they was like, we won't play Kane Brown. Okay, now we got a problem.
But Kane Brown is another. He getting his start off. He's country, cool. He's country, but what's most of his songs that you hear? His biggest songs are what? Pop.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, but these artists, some of these artists are like known as country or known as whatever. So if they don't want to play somebody who hasn't been notoriously known for country music, then that's fine. Like Ice Cube didn't want to put T.O. in the big three. You an NFL player. I want ex-basketball players.
Yeah.
Right? So not here. Hey, I want to listen to Beyonce, maybe on some other station. For us, Beyonce is, I don't know what she makes. I don't know what kind of music she makes. R&B, pop, I don't know what it's considered. Mm-hmm. She makes Beyonce music. So we don't want to listen to it over here because for us, we don't feel like that's really country. Yes, she might have used the country guitar, the country whatever, the country voice. I don't know. I haven't heard the song. But for me, it ain't country. We ain't playing it. She ain't country. The song may be country. She ain't country. She ain't Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Old Town Road. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to play it. And I ain't mad at him.
You ain't mad at him.
I ain't mad at him.
Okay. Well, they didn't want to play Lil Nas X at first, and that was his first big hit. So we didn't know if he was country or not.
Yeah. So
if you then?
Yeah, so if you tell me, they don't want to play them because they're black, cool.
Yeah.
Or they don't want to play them because they don't feel like they really country, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't want to play them, but if you don't want to play them because you don't feel like if you don't want to play them because you feel like they're not really country, I ain't got a problem with that. I'll say that. Because she ain't a country artist. So we only play country artists.
Yeah.
She ain't a country artist, so we ain't playing them. Okay. If that's your argument, if that's their argument, then I'm fine with that.
So if let's say Usher drops a rap album,
mm-hmm.
right? Do we put that in the rap category? He's not a rapper.
You can put the album in the rap category.
Okay.
So I want to make a distinction between the song and then the artist.
Uh-huh.
So what is the artist traditionally known for, right? So Usher is traditionally known for R&B. He makes a rap album. Does that automatically make him a rapper?
He's a rapper on this album. So yeah, he's a rapper.
But is he a rapper?
If let's say Usher gets casted in a movie, right?
Yeah.
He's in the movie. He's in the whole movie. He is now an actor. I don't care what he's traditionally known as. He is now an actor, right? So if I
cut hair one time, that make me a barber.
You say what?
So if I cut hair one time, that make me a barber.
Sure.
Okay.
You're not a licensed barber.
Okay. Well, Beyonce ain't a licensed country singer.
So if I drive up to the bank, I go rob the bank. Am I a bank robber?
You robbed the bank?
Yeah, but am I a bank robber?
Bank robber. So that's all I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just going off of what are you traditionally known as? She's not traditionally.
I'm traditionally not a bank robber.
Okay, so you might have just made a mistake one time.
So
Beyonce might have just made a mistake making 2 country songs. I'm see that.
Well, she got a whole country album coming out.
Okay. Good luck. I mean, she gonna be all right. The Beehive, they gonna eat it up. Whatever she do.
Yeah.
She could make a flute album. Like they buying it. They gonna dress up in spacesuits. They gonna all buy flutes, right? And they gonna be right there with her. So she gonna be fine. I think the country they just like, she's not a country artist. We don't want to play her. And I can't fault them for that. And if hip hop radio was like, if they ever was like, they not hip hop, or they not a hip hop artist, and we don't want to play them, I'm fine with that. Like if, I don't know, give me a white singer. Give me a country singer. Huh?
I said Tina Marie. You said a white singer.
Yeah, like if Tina Marie made a rap album. We ain't listen to that. Let me see country artists. Let me look up a country artist.
Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, Carrie Underwood made a rap album. She the person that popped up too. Or
I'm not buying no Carrie Underwood album period anyway.
Yeah, if you know what I mean, if any of these people made a rap album, are we playing it?
Probably. Wait, who are you talking about? We like hip hop radio stations?
Yeah.
I would say probably. And that goes back to my other point. Like, we have the burden, right, of accepting other people into our culture when it's not reciprocated, right? Can you agree with that?
Can I agree with that? I'm trying to think.
Because now we got to deal with hypotheticals, right? So, like you said, like if Carrie Underwood drops a rap album, who's not playing it? And I bet the country station plays it because it's Carrie Underwood. and it's a rap, so I bet the rap radio station play it,
Okay.
whether it's a hit or not.
I
I
don't
think
think
they're gonna
I
play it.
don't think if Carrie Underwood made a rap album and they would put her on whatever rap station. I don't think so.
Okay,
I just don't
I
think
think they would,
so. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think
especially if especially if one of the singles has a rapper as a feature.
yeah, I don't know. If Golf Brooks made a rap album, you think it'd get played?
I do.
Uh,
That's just me. Like I could be wrong. Like
yeah, I don't think so. I don't think
but
so. I think
I'm also trying to make my point that's saying
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
we got the burden of accepting
Yeah,
other people.
yeah. I don't have a dog in the fight, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think it would like get any play. Um, so
Okay, it may not be in rotation,
yeah.
but I think it's getting played. All right,
Yeah, I think so.
we're gonna throw this on the countdown. See what happens.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, I guess I could see a point. I mean, I see a point. I can. I just don't. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think the country station is more like, she not a country artist. We ain't playing it. And they have that. They have the right, right?
Yeah.
You know. So and if
But
black radio stations, which I don't even think black people own these radio stations. So if we
no.
want to start there,
But I
right?
have said, but since then they have played the record.
Yeah.
So why play the record?
Maybe because they want. We already know. Maybe they don't want no backlash.
You ain't getting no damn back. So okay, there is no backlash. I mean, there's backlash, but you're not being hurt because if you don't play the record, you're not being hurt because people who weren't listening to it anyway still ain't listening to it. The station, I mean, like you didn't lose no listeners.
So did the when they requested the song, did the person at the time know that it was a country song?
I requested Texas Hold'em at my local country radio station, and after requesting, I received an email from the radio station stating we do not play Beyonce on KWKC as we are a country music station.
Yeah, so maybe so it could be they was like, that's Beyonce. She don't make country music. Then they might have did some research. I'm like, oh, this is a country song, so let's play it.
So
that could have well happened too.
So you as
if you tell me Texas Hold'em, if you just tell me Beyonce made a song called Texas Hold'em, is the first thing to come to my mind, oh, that must be a country song.
I would think so if I'm a if I'm a country music radio station, somebody's calling me, right?
Yeah.
Asking me to play Texas Hold'em. I'm like, yeah.
By
but
Beyonce?
I also find
I wouldn't assume country music.
And I find it hard to believe that a radio station is not aware of the music that's being put out.
It just may not be on your radar. You might not be like Beyonce has her niche audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Black women and a few white women, and then like some guys who. But anywho, So if you call into the radio station, they might just be like, Texas Hold'em, or it must be another R&B / hip hop song. So no, we ain't playing her. And then they look it up like, oh, actually, she made a country song. Oh, okay, throw her on her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't care either, being honest with
you. Yeah, I don't either. It's just something that popped up.
Something to talk about, something to argue about.
Yeah. Man, I don't give a crap.
Don't make me no different.
Yeah, I'm not listening to her R&B stuff anyway. So I'm definitely not gonna listen to the country stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't name you a song past Independent Women or something. Put a ring on it.
Throw your hands up, Batman. To the left.
I can to the left, like I'm
which
independent.
Is written by Neo,
to the left. I can those songs.
big
I'm
ones.
independent. Move to the left.
All right, there you have it. This has been Rello. This has been Rello. This has been Relevant with Rello and Rob. Appreciate you listening to us. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and tune in weekly for this weekly dose of Relevant. And until next, we'll see you next time on Relevant.